Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Obvious Suspects podcast. I am Keo,
And I am Matt.
and today is going to be doing episode 4, baby.
Woo!
I had that queued up,
There you go.
uh, like a real professional.
I like it.
Um, today I think we're going to make it a little lighter. So, hey, I'm excited about a lot of things this last coming up month, and you know, a lot of things are going to be happening. Kids are going back to school. I don't have any kids, but it's great that they're going back to school because
You know, you know what else is going to be happening?
what's up, baby?
Foosball, baby.
Is it that time for that football?
It's time for that foosball.
So they already had the free season week one.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk some stuff about it. I took a bit of some time to really think about what I want to do. But I really feel like this season, this upcoming season is so much more exciting than it's usually been. There's just so many more storylines going on. You ain't got no more not Favre. You got no more Rodgers
Yeah,
in Green
yeah,
Bay.
yeah. You know what? You're right. We don't have any more Favre.
Yeah, well, he's still suing Pat McAfee, so your twin brother's getting sued
I
right now. So
what for what?
defamation, he says. He says that Pat McAfee made money over the fact that we all know that he stole money from. Oh no, I can't say that. He
Allegedly.
allegedly stole money from the welfare system up there in Mississippi. You know, the poorest people in the country.
That Pat did?
No, Favre did.
Did he? Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Do you,
Allegedly.
do you believe that he allegedly did it?
I can't. I cannot say.
No, 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 no. I'm
But I
asking, do you
believe.
believe that he
Well,
allegedly
allegedly
did
he
it?
was. I feel like if you have the skill, the like team of people around you to do that kind of thing, and you think you could get away with it, he probably did it. There's no way he didn't know where that money was coming from. Oh, I'm so rich, I didn't know where millions of dollars were coming to my account.
I,
They
be-
stole millions,
I,
dude.
I believe in Pat. I stand.
I believe in Pat.
I
Yeah,
stand. I stand with
Pat has
Pat.
the right to report anything he wants. If
I'm. He
he,
is a sports reporter,
hmm
and now
You
was
don't
he
have to have
sitting there?
some kind
Was
of
he? Was he
license to
sitting
do
there
that
100
shit.
percent going? Yes, he did it 100%.
No, he said it the way I said it. You
Oh,
know,
then yeah, he's more than welcome to allegedly say. He's like, yeah,
yeah,
he allegedly did this. Like every
allegedly
that's
he
what
did
it
that.
is. Like, sorry, Favre, you are a public figure. You are going to be in the public light. And you know what? You know what the worst thing that you have to deal with is the court of public
Of public
opinion.
opinion, yeah.
So
So I'm over here right now looking at the some of these scores from this first preseason week,
talk
and
to
I'm
me.
telling you,
Talk to
man,
me.
I'm
Tell me
telling you,
about it.
bro. So look, so I have my like dark horse teams this year that I
Hmm.
think are like gonna do something. I think Jacksonville may actually come back around and do
I
some
hope
scary
so.
stuff.
I like
I
watching.
hope so too.
I like
I
watching.
really
What's his
do.
name? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what his name is.
Trevor Lawrence.
I like.
Trevor Lawrence.
I like watching Trevor Lawrence. He
Yeah,
reminds
I heard.
he reminds me of the dude from the Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah,
It's like there
yeah, he
was
does. Yeah, yeah. California, what was his
yeah
name? And
Sunshine.
to
It's like
me,
Sunshine or some shit.
Sunshine. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunshine. He, I heard he doesn't cuss.
Good.
He does.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who doesn't cuss. Like, gosh darn.
Again, we're into like it's good. We're entering into a new era of football when it comes to the players and
Well, we already had that before. It was Philip Rivers. You ever heard Philip Rivers talk trash?
mm-mm.
Oh man, it's hilarious, man. God dang it! All
God,
right,
gee
get over
golly.
here. Like you can dang to the goddamn ball. You got to
Yeah.
get to the goddamn ball.
Well, I think that's better. I think that gets your point across more than cut.
Flipping cheese or some shit like that.
Exactly. Like that's not bad at all. I like
Yeah,
how
it's more. It's creative.
I like how the sun finally went behind some freaking clouds.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a hot one today, man. I'm glad I'm not out here playing no games and this stuff.
Man, fuck that.
So another of my dark horse teams, I don't think they'll do too well, but there's this kid down in Los Angeles on the Rams, their backup. His name's Stetson Bennett, and he played for Georgia. And he has a little bit of a controversy behind him.
Is
He
he
kind
new?
of
Is he new
played.
for the Rams?
Yeah, he's a new backup. This
Who?
is his first year.
Where did he just? Oh, he just got drafted, or
Got drafted this year.
from where?
Georgia.
Oh, yeah, you just said that.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't mean like the Falcons. I meant like the
Yeah,
Bulldogs.
I. It shows you how much I follow sports. So
It's okay. But yeah, no, I'm like super excited to see him. Like I want to see what he can do. I think he's a diamond in the rough, or maybe, or like you just people didn't really give him a. I think he should have went higher in the draft. He didn't go very. But I'm excited, man. Like, I'm looking at some of these teams that their backup shows like, it's just a preseason, man. But the backups kind of show what you have after injuries. Like, so if somebody gets injured, you're like, oh, cool, this dude stepped up. That's what's up. Cool, cool. Because I saw him in the preseason and he looked all right. Well, he looked really good, which means if you look really good in the preseason, you're certified backup. Like,
Okay.
you are good. Like, if you ain't a starter, then you're a certified backup. My problem, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Number two is not that bad. Okay. But now looking at it, I saw a lot of cool stuff. Like I got to watch I got to watch Cleveland play,
Yeah.
and
I
Cleveland played your boys.
I,
Cleveland,
I
your
know.
boys played your old boys.
Exactly. My new
So
boys
it,
play the old boys. Yeah, no, I watched the highlights of it. I mean, again, from what I see, you're gonna break it down a little bit better for me, but
okay.
just the stuff that I saw. Again, I like. Who doesn't like watching Chubb run the ball? I love watching Chubb run the ball.
So I think it's hilarious how like your new bitch just fought your old bitch.
Yeah.
But
Hey, but my new bitch held in there. Like, granted,
yeah.
they didn't walk away with a victory, but like,
Well, no, no. I think the best thing about um Washington is how like they're old. They got their old coach who they didn't change their head coach. So their culture really didn't change very much. But they added that dude Eric Bieniemy from Kansas City, and
yeah.
I heard he's like a tough dude. He's like, look, do your job, you
That's all,
millionaire prick,
yeah.
or you're
This is
going
all. That's all
home.
you have
Like,
to like, dude. That's why I would love to be a coach sometimes. Like, I wish I knew the info. I wish I knew enough information to be competent. Because I would do it with kids all the time. I'd be like, I would treat them as if you were training a professional to do it.
you
Like,
mean like
look,
a
look,
12-year-old like.
yeah, like, hey, none of that fancy shit. Cause my friends, they're not married, so my friend's girlfriend's kid, um, he's starting football up soon, and he's gonna be a receiver. So we were out throwing the ball and shit like that, and he's doing these one-handed things. I'm like, what? Like, why you practice? Like you say, you're trying to get ready for football. I don't like. I'm not a fancy guy. Like I'm not. I
Yeah,
well, I don't
you're a
enjoy.
fundamentals guy.
Dude, fun because I believe in fundamentals. I've always believed in fundamentals.
I didn't know your last name was Popovich.
Dude,
But
I'm telling, dude, that's how it would. Dude, fundamentals win game. Like, look, it's cool. Like, it's cool being flashy, but if you're not good at, if you're not skilled, you're never gonna look flashy. Like in basketball, love basketball, but you want to know what I love in basketball even more? Some like, dude, it sounds boring as fuck, but passing, backboard, all that good shit, like good passing, creates fucking openings. Like I firmly believe in that. I'm not gonna risk missing a shot because I want to fucking bank it off. I want to just do like, that was clean, nothing but net. Like no, I'm bouncing off the backboard. Like boom, got it. Like
you sound like you're like from the old days, like when they
yes,
had like all black and white screens and no black players. But
no my players.
just want to throw that out there.
Look,
But
I love ball handling skills. Like, that sounds gay as shit.
yeah,
I love
pause. But
I love some ball handling shit. Um, no, I like seeing someone get cooked. Like, you're like, oh shit, like his ankles got fucked up.
yeah, let
But
him cook.
like, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy watch. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not above it, but I if I were to put it in some sort of hierarchy, fundamentals takes the cake for me. So you see in a football player that just that just drills fundamentals into his game. You'll see me loving that I was gonna say that character. You can see me loving that player all the time.
Well, some of those players are characters, so you're not wrong.
That's why, yeah, you are correct. But I don't know. That's what I like. That's what I like watching. But anyway, that's saying he's doing these one-handed catches and everything. I'm like, dude, stop. Like, because you're gonna do that on accident one day. I treat it like firearms training. You know what I did when I first got my gun,
Mhm.
I got in the horrible habit of dry firing it.
Yeah.
You know what I did one day? I had cocked it before I went to bed. I always keep one with me, like just in
Yeah.
case. And I woke up and I fired it, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
I shot my bed. I was like,
Oh yeah. I bet you stopped doing it that day.
yep. Oh, dude. Ever since then, like again, it just takes one.
Yeah.
Just takes one.
Because that could have went in your leg and it'd been a
Dude, I
whole
could have
phone
fucked
call.
up.
So, hey, bud.
I was an idiot. I was dumb for doing that. But again, and I treat it the same way as like playing a sport. You do the fancy shit, like you're trying to be all cool, like one-handed. one-handed. Like you're gonna do that on accident and be like drop, like, and your coach is just gonna be
Yeah.
standing there like this.
Yep. That's it. Be like, all right, sit down. Next man up. Sit
Yep.
down.
Sit down. I'll talk to you
Um.
later.
Well, I'm trying to think of what his last name is. I cannot think of his name. His name. It's the dude. I didn't want to talk about him because I can't think of his name. But it's Jimmy something, and he plays for the Saints again. He played for the Saints for a long time. He's their tight end.
Yeah.
Then he played for the Packers. And then he played for the Bears. And now he's back at the Saints. I know people who listen to this like, dude, I know exactly who you're talking about. But for some reason, his name's skipping my brain. Either way, he has a tendency of doing that. As soon as he gets to the end zone, he's so good, and as soon as he hits it, bow, he drops it every time. And if you need him to catch that ball,
Yeah.
you need him to put two hands up and get that fucking ball. He
That's
doesn't
it.
do that.
It's like,
He
dude.
puts one fucking hand up, and it's like, oh no, cool, I'm going to be on Sports Center.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you're right. You're gonna be on Sports Center.
Yeah, that's dropping that fucking ball.
Like again, it's annoying. Like, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with getting
Yeah.
it and pulling it in?
Now I don't mind it if you do it and you pull it off. Now if you do it and it
Well,
works,
of
then that's
course.
the
Who
greatest
doesn't?
thing in the fucking
Yeah,
world.
that's what I'm saying. That's why. That's what my original statement of, like, if you're good, yeah, you can look flashy. But if you're
Yeah.
not good and you're trying to look flashy, you're gonna
But
look
you
like,
got to really be good. Like not everybody can do the one-handed catches, but I know they practice that shit.
yeah.
And watching somebody practice it, I would probably get more annoyed than them actually doing it.
I've
Like
made.
if you did it just because some dude was on you, you're gonna get your arm loose and you did it, I'd be like, sweet. But like just doing it because like, oh cool, the ball's out a little too far, I'm gonna reach out with one hand and catch this ball. Well, I could do it with two, but that
It doesn't
anybody
look
can do it
that
with two.
doesn't look cool.
Yeah.
But
But
like, look,
you don't know what's going through your mind and running down that field, so
if
you
the
can't say
risk
that.
if the risk of not catching the ball is already in play, why not chance it? But
Yeah.
you know,
And that's what I don't like about Jimmy.
what
I
team
keep
is he?
want to say
You said
Butler.
he's
He
on
plays for the
the
Saints. He
Saints.
plays for the fucking Saints.
So Jimmy
And
something.
yeah, and like
Look it up.
oh yeah,
Look it up. You can see
I
that
was trying to
light
do it as
flashing
fast
off
as
your
I can. Yeah,
glasses. You can
was
see,
trying to do it super fast.
see that light just bouncing off your glass.
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham. I knew if I just saw it,
I
I
thought you
was
were gonna
gonna
say
know it.
some weird ass last name.
No, it's Graham. Jimmy Graham. And I like Jimmy Graham when he was in the original time he was with the Saints. He was great. He was fucking the man. And he was like it was like Gronkowski and Jimmy Graham. I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember that whole thing. And then he came to the Packers and I was so fucking excited. And then he he didn't do it. He didn't do what they paid him to do.
Yeah.
And then I watched him drop a really, really good pass that probably would have scored us something. And then to say that he didn't have one good thing he did. Like he got a ball that he caught, and he's so big that he bent over and he was like hanging the ball down, and he was trying to pull it up to his chest and run at the same time. So that doesn't compute sometimes.
Yeah.
So he went to go do that, and
Well, that and also center of gravity is off. Like now he's
yeah, of
still
course,
moving
yeah,
forward, but he's way
yeah,
the fuck
absolutely.
down here now. Like
So like by the time he got hit and grabbed the ball, like he's so big that he fell on the line to get the first down. Like he fell on it. Like he's so big they couldn't tell if he was over it or if he wasn't over it because there's a lot of things right there. There's a whole person and a little ball that is underneath this whole big person. So somewhere under there
so they're like,
is the ball. We don't know
the
where
fuck
it is, but it's under there. So we're gonna just say he got it, because if we say he didn't get it and then later on we find out he did get it, we'll feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
Plus, this makes more football. People like football.
I don't think refs care. I mean, they care about certain bad calls, but there's
Nah, I think they get told like, "Hey man, the game goes longer. You guys go to overtime. You get a bonus." So I
Well,
think they sometimes.
there's a whole website I think that's based upon referee stats. I can't remember what the site is, but I got it from I watched this dude John Boy Media on Facebook who does he does pitching breakdowns. He's not his fan let's just say this. His fan base isn't too big on the NFL and the NBA for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but anytime he posts like a football breakdown or a basketball breakdown, people are in the comments. People are just shitting on it. I'm like, okay.
Like, is it like just a social thing, or is it just that his picks or whatever?
I have no idea. I think it's just a social thing because again, it's just people's comments, just fucking like
I
Just
thought you were
shitting
about to
on
say
it.
something like they kneel in football and they, they
Some of them are that. Some
oh.
people are still on that, and it's fucking like I haven't seen it
Well,
in a
yeah, I don't understand why people are still so passionately on that. That guy hasn't played in a long time. He's too
yeah.
old to come back
Yeah, and he
now.
had bad like the podcast I listened to where they it was a while ago, but they were talking about like he had a bad practice that game. Like he didn't
Yeah.
even do good when he came back to practice. He's like, "All right, well, like hey, we let you come out, but you just didn't perform to the standard that we're unless it was a setup." And they were just like, "Yeah, he's not going to."
Oh, nah, Cap's never coming back.
Yeah,
Cap
well, I
needs to
know
go ahead and
that.
let
I
that
know
dream. He
Cap's
needs to
never
let that
coming
dream.
back.
He needs to let that dream go.
Yeah,
Like,
look,
but the fact that there are people who are still on that blows my mind.
yeah,
Like,
and,
yeah, I don't watch football because they kneeled. They ain't kneeled in football in some years, bro.
yeah,
Like, they
but
stopped doing that a long time ago.
yeah, but the website is based on like referee stats, so you can look up referees and see how they do during
Okay.
certain games. But I know it's big on pitching. I don't know if it's has to do with like it'll do like umpires and shit.
You know that they're not paid. They're not like paid like everybody else is. They're paid like a regular person. Like
Yeah,
that's a part time job for them.
nice. Like,
Being a referee in the NFL is a part time job. Don't you think they should make more money?
um, they should
And don't
make.
you think they should have a year round job?
Well, I know they get paid enough money to have a good living because if they didn't get paid to be able to take care of their shit outside, then obviously they're susceptible to bribes and shit like that. So they get paid a
Yeah.
decent amount of money for refing. Like, but again, you're only doing it 13 weeks out of the year. Like, well, not 13.
But
How many
it's
games?
not.
Like
It's ooh.
17 weeks.
No. You gotta break everything down. So it's a 18-week season,
Okay.
3 weeks of the preseason,
18,
plus
19, 20,
playoffs,
21.
plus
How long are play?
play,
Like, how many games are in the playoffs?
playoffs are three. It's going to be 3 games in the playoffs. It's going to
So
be
three
a wild
weeks.
card, divisional, and conference championship, and then is the Super Bowl. And in the Super Bowl, they should get a big bonus, which I think they do get a bonus
Yeah,
for being in the Super Bowl.
but you got to. So they're getting paid for 25 weeks of work, like
Yeah,
which is almost half the year.
yeah.
So 6 months, and that's a part time gig. Like you can only pay them. Like again, this goes back to the original statement of how athletes and everything. I think are me personally like they do a great job entertaining, but the amount of money that's getting paid for this is what's the danger? Like well, you accept it's an inherited danger when you're playing the sport. It's not something that just popped up. Like this has been knowledge since like you could get hurt. It's like so I get that getting compensated for that, but there's millions of dollars a contract and like it's like there are people that I think more important than that. Like again, having good referees, that's a big fucking thing. If referees got paid more, they might be more
Well,
like
I think they should get paid all year round. I think so. Just like an athlete has to train and whatnot, they should train. They should look at all their mistakes from last year and go to like classes and make sure they know the rules really, really well.
that would
You
be
know,
dope. That would be
and this
cool.
way, that so in the off season they have an off season too, where they have to go to classes and they got to do all this stuff, but they get paid. They get compensated for it.
Let's start a
And I think
fucking
that would be great.
referee draft
Yeah.
in
They
the
do have
20.
college refs and stuff like that. Like, hey, look, you do a great job. Like, hey, man, he threw some great calls. Man, he is very like his eye is perfect for the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he coaches college. Yeah, not anymore. He doesn't. He just got bumped up,
yeah.
or he's going up the ranks. You fuck up a little too much, now you got to go down to high school. What?
We're going back to we're going back.
What
Unionize
you
it.
got? Well, it is. They have a union. They have a collective bargaining agreement, but
Okay.
it's like
The
I think it should
coaches,
be
coaches
no
or
the
the
referees.
refs. Yeah, we're talking about refs.
Yeah. Coaches, I think they do, but coaches are different. They can pay coaches whatever the fuck they want
Yeah.
to. I think I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. I think John Harbaugh got $100 million to be the coach of Michigan, but he had to be the coach for like 5 or 6 years.
No shit.
And looking at what people get paid now. These athletes get paid now. Patrick Mahomes got paid $500 million to be their quarterback for 10 years, which I'm not mad about. I completely get that
That's
shit.
a
Like
lot of
people get
fucking
some.
money.
Okay, well, let's look at what happens with football players. Okay, so you're pretty much getting in a car crash every, especially with offensive linemen and defensive linemen. You're putting your body through so much stress every what 30, 40 seconds,
Yeah. That's what I said.
and then
That's why I said
you
there's
get
an
to sit down as long as your side of the ball isn't playing. You
yeah.
get to sit down. but you're putting your knees in your back, and then you got to go through all that training and practice for months and months and months of camp, and you're away from your families, you're away from everything. You're stuck in this like bubble. You're a celebrity now. You're a public figure. You got to do all this stuff. And plus, so with all that being said, plus endorsements and yada yada yada, you're gonna go straight through college and stuff like that. This is your first major job for most people,
Oh no, not anymore.
and
They're getting paid in college now.
yeah, they are getting paid in
Yeah.
college now. We'll get to that in a second. But with all that being said, and by the time you're 40 years old, of going through all that. By the time you're 40, you might have kids at this point. You might have young children. So you're going to be like 40 with like maybe a 5-year old. You can't physically pick up your 5-year old anymore
Yeah.
because your body's so hurt and so beat up. Like you can't really do those kind of things anymore. You can still maybe some guys are still in great shape.
Well,
You
again,
may
the
see a lot
NFL,
of those guys.
the NFL has one of the best insurance policies and health.
True,
I'm pretty sure
true,
healthcare that there is
true,
around. Like again, they're going to be
true.
taken care of for the rest of. I'm not saying don't take care of them after their contracts are up, but I do believe. Again, that's why I say they get paid a fuck ton of money. Like it's some like sometimes I feel it's too much. I'm not saying don't take care of them after they complete. I don't care if they played for one. I don't care if they played for one fucking year or one season. Take care of them for the rest of their life after they play your game. Like again,
Well,
they're
you also got to look at one other thing, and I mean to cut you off. You got to think of people die doing that. We
I
just
know.
saw last year that that dude Damar Hamlin, he
Yeah.
he he died on the field and
I
shit. They brought him back, but
they
still, like,
the business that I work in, people get. We had a guy that was in training get killed not too long ago, like a couple months ago. We don't make that
okay,
kind of money. We don't get paid millions of dollars.
hey man, you guys are unionized. They're unionized. They
Yeah.
collective bargaining agreed
Yeah,
to
but
get that kind of money. You guys didn't. Okay, you need to get a better
we just need
union,
to step
bro.
up. We just need to step
Yeah, bro,
up.
that's y'all fault, man. Like, shoot, these college kids got it, bro. They knew exactly what they were doing. They got it all together.
But I just, I guess I said, I'm not saying don't take care of them. I'm not
Hmm.
saying that they're not worth, you know, being looked
Okay,
after their fucking.
so
Again, even one season, I don't care. Like one game, you get fucked up in that one game,
yeah, they'll take care of you
and
for life.
you take care of. Like again, they like.
But you're also forgetting one major factor here,
Yeah.
one gigantic factor. How can they do that? Because they make a fuck ton of money off these kids.
Yeah.
And these are like young kids, like, cutting their life in half sometimes. Because there's so many guys who die at a young age, or they die at like 50. Or some of them get CTE and they fucking blow their brains out and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Again.
So there is so much risk to playing football, to being a professional athlete at all.
Yeah.
Because look at hockey players and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's that's the reason they get paid so much.
Yeah.
I see, because you're entertaining the whole world. There's a guy who's at the very top of this, who's the owner of your team, who makes billions off of you just because you're selling tickets to people who want to come see you play this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should get a good percentage of that, because if you were playing for somebody else, that guy be selling tickets like crazy, and that's why they make so much money.
I know. Yeah. As I said.
$500 million dollars for 10 years of your life, if you're a professional athlete, doesn't seem like that much money to me.
Yeah.
It seemed like in 10 years, it's gonna be like, man, he only got half a billion. Damn.
Yeah. Which, but again, is that how? I mean, yeah. Hey, fuck it.
Hell, it was Lamar Jackson was the highest paid quarterback, because that's still not the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
He has had the best contract for the longest amount of time. They wrapped him in for 10 years, but Lamar Jackson had 280 something $1 million for like 5 years of his life. So he gets pretty much a little over half of that for half of that time.
Yeah.
And now, I think Justin Herbert got up to 290 something million, and he's the highest paid quarterback
Damn right.
for 5 years of his life. For 5 years, would you take that
Yeah, of
job?
course I would. I'm
Yeah,
not saying I wouldn't take it. Like, I'm also not a professional athlete. So,
yeah, yeah. Now, if I could get that for just one day, like shit, they pay me any job. Well, not any job. I ain't say that.
no,
They
no,
won't
no,
pay
no.
me any job.
There's a lot of jobs that I
There's a
wouldn't
line.
say
Yeah,
no to.
there's a whole bubble of shit I won't do.
Hey,
But
we need to dive into the septic tank and clean it out. How much you paying me? $250 million. I'll see you later.
having to a septic tank. How much gear do I have? What kind of
Oh
gear
yeah,
is
no,
it?
no, no. They're not gonna let you. Well, again, you could die. We're gonna protect you, but you still could die.
Okay.
So again, we're gonna treat it.
Let me think about my options on that one. That's a think about bubble.
We
Right
get
there.
you.
That's
You got 2 minutes. Two,
minutes. Let
two
me call
minutes
my
on the
loved
clock.
ones.
Two
Oh, no,
minutes on the
I need
clock.
four. I need four. Let me call my loved ones real quick. Is this worth it? If I don't call you back in 5 minutes, I'm fucked. Okay.
But all right,
You
so
wanna
who?
you wanna go get this tiger into this cage
Yeah, fuck it.
with
Let's.
nothing but a t-shirt on and some flip flops?
For how much?
Well, if you get him in there, you get $500 million.
We're gonna work on it. We're gonna
Yeah,
we're
let me
gonna
think.
attempt it.
Let me plan this out real fast. Can I bring anything? You know, like a little goat to throw at it first?
It's like, yeah, fuck it. Distract. Here,
Yeah,
throw the goat in there.
yeah.
All right. So what else you got? Talk to me more. Who else is
Um,
Who else is up here?
So one thing I want to say about this next upcoming season, there are so many rookie quarterbacks or second year quarterbacks or just new quarterbacks for new teams that is looking like really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw Russell Wilson in here first. This is the first one I want to talk about. I know Russ has been with his team last year, and he's not a new quarterback. It's Russell Wilson, but him being in a new offense with the coach from the Saints, Sean Payton. I think it's going to be a good look. Him over there in the Broncos all together, they're going to be looking all pretty good. So I want to see what Russ looks like this first year. You got that dude Sam Howell from Washington. He's going to be his first year. You got Deshaun Watson getting a full year behind the
As we're
gun
gonna
over there in
see,
Cleveland.
as I said, we're gonna see watching some of those clips. Like I like the way he moves, but
You got Desmond Ritter. You got he's over there in Atlanta. You got C.J. Stroud, who got drafted, what second overall, by the
I say yes.
Texans.
I didn't watch the draft, so I say
Oh
yes.
no,
But
well I always watch the draft, but I really don't give a shit after the first day.
yeah,
Like the first day is like what all the news clippings are about. So I want to know, I want to see what my team does. But unfortunately, I love the Packers, so they don't really do a whole lot in the first round.
how'd they do in their
You
preseason?
can, well, we won our game. We
Yeah,
actually demolished the Bengals, but I
nice.
don't know how to feel about it because they had a joint practice
Yeah,
where the Packers went to the Bengals practice uh, place and sitting there practicing with them on the field over there. So I kind of felt like they were like, "Oh, well, that dude's not good. Oh, well, that dude's not good. Oh, they're fucked. That guy's not good." So we know what we're gonna do next week.
yeah.
So I feel like that's what it was. But the Packers won 36-19. It was pretty good.
What about the
We really got
Jets?
to see what Jordan Love looked like because that's another first
Yeah,
year quarterback. We didn't get to see Jordan Love before this, and now he's going to finally get a full season after sitting 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers, who got his first year. This is his first year at the Jets,
yeah.
um, following following the steps of Brett Favre. Not just playing. Even down there in Tampa, there's no more Tom Brady. So,
Well,
uh,
what when you say following Brett Favre, what do you mean?
so Brett Favre kept saying, "I'm either going to retire or I'm not going to
Yeah,
retire," and then kept retiring and then retiring. And then he went to the Jets. After he said he's gonna come back, we were like, no, no, Aaron's been waiting in the wings. We're gonna go ahead and go Aaron.
yeah,
So, we'll trade you to the Jets. So we traded up to the Jets for 2 first round picks. And with those 2 first round picks, we got B.J. Raji and Clay Matthews. And now here we are, 20 fucking years later. It feels like, but it's really like 18, I think, 18 years later. Aaron Rodgers said he was going to retire. No, I'm going to go sit in a dark retreat and go sit in the darkness for 3 days, which I respect that. If you're going to make a decision, no distractions, I guess. Because he did that. He sat in a darkness retreat for fucking 3 days and said, I'll let you know when I come out my retreat if I'm going to play football next year. I wish I could tell my boss that shit. You going to work tomorrow? Nah, I'm going to go sit in the darkness for 3 days and then I'm going to let you know if I come back to work or not. I wish I could do that shit. I wish I had that kind of money. That's that money. That's that money.
it's that good money.
And they say some things about Rodgers that he didn't. He could have took a pay cut and got us more shit for our team, like free agents and shit like that. But he didn't.
Yeah,
He took that $50 million a year. He took that shit. Would you take $50 million to work 1 year at the railroad? If you
yeah,
could never come home, if you could never come home,
yeah. Absolutely, that's not even a question.
yeah,
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 for 1 year. Okay.
1 year you can't come home. You work 24/7 at the railroad.
Whoa, whoa, twenty
Yeah,
four
you get
seven.
you get
Fuck
yeah, you
you.
get like breaks and stuff. You get to have like a 8 hour nap time, and that's it.
Fuck that. Give me 10. Give me. You continue the way it is. 12 hours on, 10 hours off. I can do that.
All right,
That's
but
what
you have
we
to
do.
stay. You have to live at the railroad.
Yeah, I can do
So
that. Give
get
me.
anything. Okay,
Yeah, I can do
okay,
that For 1 year,
I don't
fuck
know.
yeah.
I don't know if I could live in any restaurant. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
I'm outside though. I'm going places. Like I go places regardless. And I just got
Yeah,
to come back I just got to come back here. I have food. I have all that good stuff. I have some sort of entertainment. Like I could,
that means
yeah.
every day you got to work outside. But what if you didn't leave? You had to stay at that same station, the
I
same station house,
you
and
tell
just
what? No, you telling me I can't leave? Period. I can't go outside. I can't go shopping. I can't go get stuff.
no, you don't. You're not allowed to go get stuff. They bring you everything.
Do I have some sort of form of entertainment?
The birds and the trees.
That's it. Oh, so is
That's
that
it.
is so it's not the same as like football being locked up like that.
Nah, football. At least okay. You still have your phone. You got your phone.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. No, okay, I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, easily.
But they do that for the camps, those training camps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't leave. They live there. They live in the dorms. That's why some
You
people
make
don't
it
go.
sound like they're living in squalor. It's a fucking professional dorm.
Did I lose you?
Probably. I'm still recording, but
Your audio went out again.
I know. I'm pretty sure I'm having an internet thing right now. So just let me know when you can hear me. But yeah, they live in a professional dorm. Like I don't think that they're struggling that much. And I think yeah, if I had the same conditions that a professional football player had, and yeah, I wouldn't have a single fucking complaint. So, yeah, I guess we're just waiting for my internet to come back or to where you can hear me. Does
Oh, I can hear you. It's just like
Oh,
very like
I was waiting for you
I
to
was
say
listening to you talk.
something.
No,
I
I
thought
was
you
listening to
couldn't
you talk.
hear me.
Well, it's like going in and going out, but it's fine. Like I was
Okay.
just like, okay, cool, cool.
I just kept talking. Cuz again, on
Yeah, no, no.
on my end I'm still recording everything. You're moving just fine, I'm moving just fine. So,
Yeah, it just reminds us like out of nowhere it'll just be like, yeah, man,
uh,
I, I, and then you'll freeze and it'll be like, you're like, okay, I wonder if he's there. Did I
yeah,
lose
no,
him?
no, still here. That's what
Yeah.
I just tell me like anytime it cuts out and then I can fill cuz again, on my end everything is still going.
Okay.
So,
So there's a lot of things going on. Like like I said, Rogers is going to be his first year with the Jets. You got Desmond Ritter over there first year. He's going to be his first full year with the Falcons. Um, the you got Anthony Richardson is going to have his first year with the Colts,
yeah.
and Will Levis. I don't know if you remember that guy's name, but Will Levis he got drafted by the Titans. Now I don't think he's going to start this year. But it would be pretty cool if he did. I
Yeah.
just don't foresee him doing it.
Why would it be
And
what would be cool about it?
well, because I don't know, man, they need some new blood, and they did go get this kid last year from Liberty University, um, and he was really good. He's a mobile quarterback, but he obviously wasn't ready last year.
Yeah.
But they went ahead and drafted somebody who I think may be potentially better than he is already. So why keep that kid around? Go ahead and put that kid with somebody who can build him around, like Buffalo or something, or he's a running quarterback, send him to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Well, they just signed Lamar Jackson to that big contract, so they don't really need somebody to develop. I
Yeah.
guess I give you that motherfucker. But I don't know. We'll see how that works out. But then you had Panthers got the number one overall pick, and I'm trying to remember what his name was. I
Pull it
named all
up.
these other people, and I just forgot who the heck
Pull it
it is.
up.
Pulling it up right now.
Power internet baby.
Yeah. I remembered everybody else's name, and then his just fell out of my brain real fast. I was like, what was his name again? Who was the first overall pick this year's draft? He's small. I know that. And I don't mean small like in a disrespectful way. I mean like he's just a smaller guy.
Yeah.
And where's my little stat? Okay, cool. So, and my brother's a Panthers fan, so he's gonna get mad at me for not knowing. He's like, "How you gonna talk football and not talk about my team and stuff like that? How you not gonna know who is who? And you named all these other people, but you don't know my guy." I'd be like, "See, it's not even like that,
It's
man.
just a lot of people to remember.
Yeah, it's a lot of people to remember, and it's giving me everybody but the quarterback. That's freaking perfect." It's like, yeah, man, so and so did this and so did that. What is that dude's name again?
If you can't find it,
Yeah, well, he's the first overall pick. I forget his name. I
yeah,
know it ain't C.J. Stroud. Um, I think he should have been the first overall pick, but it's okay.
yeah.
Um,
What about
but
the what about the Bucks?
they got yeah, who the Bucks?
Yeah.
The Bucks have Baker Mayfield. They got Euro quarterback.
Oh, that's right. Let's
Yeah,
see
Big
what
Baker's down there
he's in
slinging the rock.
some warmer weather. He said, "Man, this."
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck Cleveland."
Well, so I like Baker, man. I feel like he got a lot of credit for being the savior of Cleveland.
Yeah,
And then when it didn't work out exactly how they wanted it to,
made it to the
they was like, "We're
playoffs
done with him. We're gonna go get Deshaun Watson and give him guaranteed money." And that, man, that is
till he gets injured. Then we'll.
well. Even if he gets injured, he gets all that money.
I know.
200 something $1 million. I think it's like $225 million.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like,
That's. I mean, yeah,
yeah. So whatever he pulled or somebody else pulled or whatever
yeah.
got him all that money. I hope he is good. I hope he is very, very good. Oh, okay. That's why I can't find any stats for him. Like, what is his stats for? I forgot. Carolina got beat 27-0 by the Jets. That's why he didn't do anything. That's why he
Damn.
didn't do anything. He didn't do anything worth talking about, I guess.
Hmm.
But he's not a big dude, so
Yeah.
that's the cool thing about it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited for this season, man. Like I said, there's so many new quarterbacks coming on the scene, and so many new things happening. You know, I don't know how far everybody's gonna go because there's like still some people out there that could be picked up. Like I want to know where some of these new guys are gonna go, like the Delvin Cooks are gonna go, and how like I was so surprised when DeAndre Hopkins went to Tennessee. I don't know why receivers go to Tennessee to die. I
Yeah.
don't know. I have no clue, but they all do it. Randy Moss did it. I have no idea why they go to Tennessee for it. It doesn't work. It never works. They always get these old Tennessee and fucking old quarterbacks going to fucking Indianapolis. I never understood that shit. Like I never understood it.
Yeah.
And then whoever Indianapolis takes, Washington be like, no, you're not that bad. Let me try to dust them off real quick.
We
Give
got
them
it.
a shot.
We got it. We'll pick
Cause
him
they
up.
did that. They did what they do. Carson Wentz, man. Carson Wentz is the most like luckiest disrespectful person in the world
How so?
because he should have. Okay, so he was with the Eagles, right? And he had a great season with the Eagles, and then he blew out his ankle, or he tore or his MCL or something. He tore it, and Nick Folk went out there and won the Super Bowl for him. But everybody was like, "Well, hold on, he got us here, so he did great." Well, the next year, he was hot garbage, and they traded him after that.
Mm.
They traded him to the Colts, and everybody was like, "Well, hold on now. He was pretty good a couple years ago. He got Eagles that first Super Bowl, even though technically he didn't. Nick Folk got him that Super Bowl, so they just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, well, it's whatever, whatever. They actually fired the coach from the Eagles that year and traded the quarterback away. I don't know what they do in Philly, man. You got one bad year, you can win the Super Bowl, have a bad year, you're out of there.
Tough fans, man. They're fucking.
Yeah,
They're
fucking
tough
Philly
fans.
fans, man.
They don't fuck around. They're like,
Um,
you didn't win. New guy.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't even matter. And now both of those people are doing different things. Carson Wentz is at home where he should be. Um, because now that what he did in Washington was appalling, and what he did in Indianapolis was appalling. So it's just
Yeah.
done.
Time for something new.
When I feel like you're as good as I am at football, there's got to be a line, bro. Like you got to be better than me. That's my rule.
Yeah.
I feel like, in my heyday, I was as good as he was in his heyday. Because he's only like 20 something. Like, I think he's like 29, 28. Me at 28, bro, yeah, I can still run. Now I only run if I'm in danger. Like,
Exactly.
I don't run now for fun.
My
I
knee's got a
remember my
couple.
friend told me that.
My knee's got a couple good ones left in there, but not a lot.
Nah,
Not a lot.
there's enough juice to get away. That's
Exactly. After that, it's like,
yeah, I'm not gonna go play no ball with nobody no more. I'm not hooping, doing nothing. I remember My buddy told me that one time. He was like, "Yeah, I was bored, so I went running." I was like, "You went running because you were bored? You know,
Oh,
you could just sit down, right?"
I've done that. I've done that before. I went
I
running.
can't. I can't running because I'm bored. I'll go for a walk. I can understand that. Like I was bored, so I went for a walk. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I can get that. But I'm not going to run unless I'm in danger. And I know that sounds bad. If Joe
Yeah, it
Rogan ever
sounds.
listened to this, he'd be like, "That's what's wrong with people. They're pudgy because they don't run."
Yeah,
Yes, Joe,
you
you're
gotta
right.
run a
I
little
don't
bit.
run.
Yeah, I like running.
Look,
Like
I run a little bit. You got it exactly right. I run a little bit.
I went out
Okay,
and bought. I got some running
just
shoes.
enough to get away.
I got
Okay.
some. I got some custom running shoes just for the occasion.
Yeah, I got some custom running shoes too. They're built in. Okay,
They're
I'm,
built in.
I'm telling you. Like I told my wife this. I was like, hey, if something ever chasing us, I'm supposed to protect you, but I'm gonna protect you as long as you can get away. But if
Yeah.
you just can't outrun this thing anyway, like if it's fast and
It's
you're
like
not fast,
it's like
and I'm faster than
sorry.
you, it's gonna get you anyway. Okay, I'm so sorry, babe. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try to save you, but if it's a giant tiger coming after us and we in an open field, I'm gonna be like, look, I'm sorry,
There's nothing
babe.
I could have done. I tried my
There's nothing I can
best.
do. It was gonna get us both if I did that. So I did. Like, what about me? Like, what about
What
me?
about me?
Shit.
That'd be funny.
Like shit. I'm just saying. Like, I'm gonna take off. She better come on. Like, nah, I've seen her run now. Like, I've seen her run one time.
Yeah.
The world's biggest spider was on our porch, and I'm not joking. This sucker was paying rent. He was so big.
Was it one of those like
And
big yellow spiders?
no, he was big and black. Like, he was pissed off. It was Tyrone the spider. Like,
It's
he was
Tyrone.
pissed. He was fucking pissed.
What you got on
And
my lunch money?
yo, yeah, for real, for real. No, actually, he was more nicer than that because kind of like, oh, y'all can see me.
Damn.
Like, yeah, bro, you're bigger than a silver dollar. You're huge.
He's like, shit.
I'm like, I thought I was hiding against this white post.
I can't
I
see
don't really,
colors.
co-
It
I
looked
don't,
dark.
I don't really come around you people folk too much.
You people kind.
Look, I had to get rid of him, and I'm not touching him. I'm not swatting him because I didn't have nothing big enough to swat him.
Did you just
My
move him?
shoe, my no.
Why?
I'm a proud American. I use chemical warfare. I don't know.
Chemical war. Dude, war. Sorry,
I
wrong
don't know what
house.
you talking about. Yeah, bro. Nah, bro. He chose the wrong porch today.
So you have chosen death.
So I sprayed him with bleach. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't had that. So like, I sprayed him. That's all I
Damn,
had, bro. That's all I
that is a
had.
war crime all into itself.
Hey, bro. Chemical warfare. I'm a proud American guy. Like, hey, I'm sorry. Okay.
Mm.
He was in my land, man. All right. I
It was
had to
on
do what
my
I had to
He was
do.
on my property.
All right. I had to mustard gas his ass. So that wasn't the problem that I sprayed him. The problem is that didn't do anything. He slowly
He
crept
went,
away. Yeah, he was kind of like, "Oh, you don't want me here?
oh my bad. He went, oh my bad.
We can't be friends.
Okay.
I can't. Like I know a bitch named Charlotte you might like. Like I. So I wait for somebody to get that subtle Charlotte's Web joke. But
Yeah.
um,
Well,
but
Charlotte was a pig, and so I was like,
no, Charlotte wasn't a pig.
Charlotte was a pig.
Charlotte was a
Oh no,
spider.
Charlotte was a spider, but the fucking pig. They were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name was.
I just
But
literally
yeah,
called the spider.
yeah.
I thought the spider. I just called the wrong
I haven't read
name.
that book I haven't read that book in a long time. I haven't
Yeah.
read that book since I had to in school because I was
Exactly.
told to.
Yeah.
So many books I haven't read since then. Like I remember I read Lord of the Flies, but I cannot remember shit in Lord of the
I tried
Flies.
lying on him. I just tried doing the test. I was like, I think this is what the book sounds like.
I would be like, all right, this chapter's boring. Next chapter.
Yeah.
Like I literally would just be like, all right, I've been reading for 2 pages and this is a long fucking chapter.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just skip to the next one. And they'd be like, so now that we found out so-and-so's dead, fuck, now I'm gonna go back and see how so. So that's how I used to read books. Like I would try to skip and just kind of get the gist of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I make my own footnotes pretty much. Um, we like I used to remember, hey, playing football. I remember playing football, and to get out of football one time, I did the like reading, learning thing. Like you had to like do these like tests on the computer. So I would say I
Yeah.
go into the library to do that, and all I would read was Goosebumps books.
Yeah.
Some old Goosebumps. That's all I would do. I remember sitting there like, yeah, man, I'm going here and read, and be like,
Turn to page 47.
oh yeah, oh I love those. Those like choose your own adventure shits.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, man.
Do you
I'll tell you, we had to do this thing, and I used to read those way back in the day, like in fourth grade. And I remember we had to, like, you had to like write about what you read last night.
Yeah.
It was, I think it was called Bear or some shit like that. and I remember like so I was like, yeah, I took a left, and then I went down this hallway, and then this big ass thing was there, and yada yada yada, and blah 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 blah. And my teacher was like, no, you didn't. You can't just say what you did. No, no, no. I read this book, and in this book, this is what I did.
I
So it's
chose
all in
what I
first
wanted to go to.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in first person. And they said, no, that's not reading. How was that not reading? I had a great
I'm
time.
even
What are you?
engaging my imagination at the same time. Like what are you talking about here?
Absolutely did the whole um right turn to 43. You are dead. No, no, didn't take my finger off. Didn't take my finger off.
Okay. Like, dang, I gotta restart the whole book.
Yeah, yeah. Damn it. Well, got it 3 pages in. You know I should have took a left. But I am excited about some other things in football. Like, they got that Brock Purdy kid. He's going to be back. And I don't know what the 49ers are going to do this year because they have two quarterbacks. At one point, they had three. They had Jimmy Garoppolo last year, who's with Las Vegas now. And I don't know about Jimmy.
Yeah.
I don't know about Jimmy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Jimmy. They had Jimmy Garoppolo last year, and then they had their starting quarterback was Trey Lance, and then Trey Lance got injured, and then they got Jimmy Garoppolo, and then he got injured, and then the kid who's literally the last pick in the draft that year, his name's Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
He was the last pick. He's Mr. Irrelevant. The last pick
Mm.
of the draft went to him, and he is a quarterback, and he went in there and lit it up.
Yeah.
So now they're like, well, is he kind of good? Like,
Hopefully.
it might be kind of good, but I think that's the same as any other backup rookie quarterback. They're so young and athletic and happy,
Yeah.
and they don't know a lot, so you have to like give them a really really easy playbook, but you don't know what that easy playbook's gonna be.
Yeah.
So that first year they come out, it's like, oh shit, this guy might be somebody. And then you
Yeah.
see him again the next year, like, oh no, he's nobody.
Like,
He only can do three things. Those three things were cool the first time we saw him, but everybody knows them now.
yeah.
Just like
I don't know what they are, but
yeah, I don't know what they are either. Just
oh,
like
it's just
that
it's,
that guy Mike White. There's a guy for the Jets. His name's Mike White. He played like 3 4 games last year, and he lit it up in those 3 4 games. And then they gave him another shot to start, and he was just like, "No, I suck." By the way,
no,
and now
I'm
he's
not
not
that
on the
great.
Jets anymore.
Damn.
He's not on the Jets anymore. I think the same thing's going to happen with the Patriots. They got Bailey Zappi,
I never even
Zappe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the
never
Wiggins name,
never
Zappe.
heard of them.
Bailey Zappi. Well, he took over from Mac Jones. I would say Matt Jones, but it's Mac, M-A-C,
Yeah.
Mac Jones. And he was doing okay for a little while. He almost beat the Packers, so that's why I'm giving him his credit. But we were really bad last year. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We were really bad last year.
It's gonna be wild if
But
y'all actually go to the Super Bowl this year with
oh my
that.
God, I just man, I don't even like saying it out loud, man, because I can see it happening. The Packers have a great defense this year,
Yeah.
and I could just see it happening on the low. Like it could just we our first round draft pick this year was a kid named Lucas Van Ness from Iowa. And he's just this big hawk and white kid, and he's just like super fast, got a great motor on him where he don't stop till they
You hear the
blow the
whistle.
whistle. Yeah,
Don't
he's one
stop
of
till
them
you hear the
kids.
whistle.
Man, that motor keeps going, and that's good. He's relentless, and that's really really good. He plays. I think he plays defensive end. So I always get confused. Like when I see him on film, like I have to make sure I pay attention. Like is he playing defensive end or is he playing left outside linebacker? Which kind of can end up doing the same thing. They both rush the quarterback,
Yeah.
and but they say he's really good in the run, so I'm pretty sure he's a defensive end. But that gives us a pretty young front right there with um you got we still have Ryan Clark in the middle of defensive tackle, but right there next to him, they finally got him some young help, and that's with Devontae Wyatt from Georgia last year. And then we'll have Lucas Van Ness right next to him on the probably on the left side, I want to say. And on the right side, I know it's that kid. It's an African kid. He's got that long, super long name, like Inu Bawe or something like that. I can't spell it, so I can't say it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna say. And then we got in the middle there. We got um, DeAndre Campbell as our middle linebacker, and plus right next to him because we run a 3-4 and then a 4-3.
Yeah.
Four dudes on the front end and then three linebackers behind them, or it's going to be three dudes in the front and then four linebackers behind them. You can do it that way too.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a 3-4 and a 4-3. You don't typically change it up around that. I don't really understand quite a whole bunch how the 46 works. There's a defense called the 46 defense where like it's pretty much designed to stop the run.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like hey, you're pretty sure you can pass over it, but you ain't running on it.
Yeah.
So if you got like a team who can't pass very well, they can run very well. You put that 46 on them, it's gonna really hurt
Yeah, it's gonna
them.
put a dent in their plan.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, crap, man. It's he's ran. We gave him the ball 14 times and he only has 22 yards. This is not looking good, guys. So, but I think it's pretty cool. And then that breaks down that 3-4 and that 4-3. There's a 4-4 too.
Yeah.
Where they take away one of the safeties and you add another linebacker and you have four front. Now that'll stop the run too. I think
Yeah.
that's close to how the 46 works, but that can also be pretty good for the pass if you have some fast linebackers.
Yeah.
But so that's giving you some of you guys a little bit of insight on football for you folks who don't understand how it
Hell
works.
yes.
Like so now you're like, oh, cool. So now I kind of understand how a defense works. You always got your two corners, and then like sometimes they'll do it where they'll put one safety, but they'll put a slot corner. So it'll be another cornerback, but he's because he's a slot receiver. So you got that. So typically you'll have big, long, fast guys on the outside. The two wide receivers, it'll be
Yeah.
big, long, fast, tall guys. It'll be like 6'5", 6'6". But then sometimes you get the smaller dudes who are like 6 foot, 5'11".
Oh yeah.
They're a little smaller, a little faster. They do really well in the slot. You know,
Oh yeah.
where they're like the receivers on each end. There's a guy like next to him, and he doesn't really run all the way up the field. His job is to go across the field,
Yeah.
and he's small and fast, and he's great for the quarterback. It's great for like a lot of things. But sometimes you get them dudes who's like, yeah, no, he is gonna take off, and he is gonna outrun everybody. And we might as well just put him on the outside. I don't care how small he is, and that's what they got down in Miami with Tariq Hill. Tariq Hill is just ridiculous, man.
Is he?
I seen that. Yeah, he's got to be the fastest man alive.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think he's fastest man alive as far as like top speed goes, but quickness, like that acceleration it's ridiculous. Like he's it's really fast. Like I've seen him just burn dudes. I remember last year I saw a play where there was the running back was running. He got stuffed in the pocket, and they hit him in the box, and he fumbled the ball. And the ball's on the ground. They're kicking the ball around, and Tariq Hill comes up behind everybody, picks up the ball, and takes off on the other side of everybody, and just loops around and runs it into the end zone for
So
like a
got it.
60-yard shot. Yeah, I got it. You're not gonna catch me, bro.
Yeah.
You got me.
Overdrive kicked
Yeah.
in. He was like, I'm gone. Fifth gear.
Afterburner. Gone. So Miami does that. It feels like everybody in Miami has to run like a 4-2 or some shit.
Yeah.
They gotta fly down there.
Yeah, you get fast people. Fuck, I'm trying to get the ball down there. Like,
Yeah, really. That's all I gotta do. Like everybody's faster than everybody else.
I'm not wasting time out here.
Somebody's gonna get open. That's kind of how I play Madden sometimes. Like just run up the field. One of you guys are gonna get kind of open. If not, I'm taking off as a quarterback and leaving the pocket. If nobody gets open, I'm taking the pocket. But yeah, and that's nothing. Miami could be good this year. They really, really could if dude Tua Tagovailoa got it out.
To a tongue.
If he could nah, that's the short way to say his name. I know it's longer than that.
Yeah.
But Tua Tagovailoa, if he can stay healthy, man. That was crazy that last year when he took that shot and he got that concussion, man, in the middle of the field, man.
Damn.
Well, he was out there throwing up gang signs, bro. Like, I was so like, he ain't playing no more.
He's out.
Yeah,
He is out.
yeah. He's gonna be an analyst next year.
He's gonna be an analyst. No, but he's back though, so that's good.
No, he's back. Yeah, as long as I think if he stays healthy, he will. But if he does get another concussion, man, it's time to hang it up.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure he'll be done. I'm pretty sure the NFL will tell him he's done. Like, all right,
Yeah.
well, hey, we're not risking
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah. And that's cool. And that's another thing about them making so much money. Because now with all those concussions and stuff, and they say you can't play football anymore, that does change the way you live now. Now you're probably
yeah.
going to have brain damage for the rest of your life.
Well, no,
We're not to mean like something so bad as that, like, you heard voices or
He-
something, but
he
you'll
is-
probably have nightmares or something.
he is going to receive the best care, especially when it comes to concussions and
Mhm.
traumatic events.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
Like they are going like especially with those concussions, that is his entire head. The entire head is covered by the NFL. When they do his exit, when they do his exit like physical, like they're gonna fucking his head's just gonna be circled.
Yeah,
like-
they're like, make sure that's okay first.
No,
And
not just first. forever. If he has a
Yeah.
slight headache, he goes to the doctor. It's covered by the NFL. If he fucking, you have trouble drinking water there?
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted
but
to make sure my shirt was hydrated.
but no matter what, like if he has the slightest, like if he hears a little ring for no reason, he goes to the doctor. It's covered by the NFL. If they have to do major brain surgery, it's covered by the NFL.
Yeah.
You know,
But
that's
it still happens. Things still happen. I don't know. There's some players who just like there's some players who kill themselves and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, all kinds of crazy. Do you remember Marion Barber?
Mm-mm.
He used to play for Dallas, and he was a great running back from Dallas. He was relentless. Big old hawking running back. I remember I think they got him out of football, which I don't remember why they got him out of football, but I'm pretty sure has something to do with it. So he got arrested, or not arrested, but more like detained, or
Something.
they snatched him up
Yeah.
because he was out there running in the cars, like he was playing football with them. Like he was like hitting cars, like pow, like he just running into him. Like he was jogging out one day and he just smacked the car, and boom,
Yeah, it's the fucking thank you to Will Smith. We finally know the reason why.
Oh well, this is after that, so
Um,
that's why it's so crazy because this is something that happened afterwards.
yeah.
No, a lot of things happen to players, man,
Oh, I know.
and then
Again, but
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
sit here thinking,
But that's not a surprise information. Like, yes, we find out what new damages are caused, but you don't. No one gets into football going, "I'm gonna be okay," because I'm.
well, yeah, no, if I was a kicker, I'd be like, I'm gonna be good,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna be fine. Like, and if I get a couple cuts and scrapes here and there, but
Yeah.
no one goes, "I'm a defensive lineman." Like, I'm just gonna be fine. Like, no, you don't. There is no. That's the risk that everybody takes
Well,
when
I
playing
think
football.
defensive players are typically okay in their future. They're typically okay. Those offensive players who got to take hits all the time, those
Oh
running
yeah,
backs,
even still, like it's all.
those offensive linemen. I feel bad for offensive linemen, man, because man,
Yeah, they take some
it's so
damage.
grueling down there. Like
Yeah,
people don't see it on TV. You really don't see how grueling it
you're
is
the
down
front
there.
line. Yeah, you're the front
And
line.
it's like immediately as soon as the ball's hiked, it's like you stand up and just smack to the
Mac.
face.
No,
That's why they're all big as shit. They're like, it's those big dudes you see at bars. Like, hey man, you want to run? No, I don't
no,
want to go
I don't
running.
run, man. I don't
But then
run.
like you see people like Jeff Saturday and stuff like that. That after they get out of the league and they aren't playing football anymore, they get so small.
Yeah, because they're not stacking. Like they're not.
Yeah, they're not lifting and
Yeah,
eating and stuff anymore. Like
yeah.
so, that's it. That blows my mind. I see Jeff Saturday. He's so small now. I'm like, wow, you should be a huge. You should look like Andy Reid. What are you
Nope.
talking
Like
about?
I'm not on a diet anymore that builds me up. Like I'm on a regular
Yeah.
diet.
Yeah, I love Andy Reid, man. That's a
Yeah.
great guy.
Oh yeah.
Um, I just think that that's a big dude, Like he got one of them bellies, man. Like it's a respect belly. Like I
Yeah.
respect how he
It's a
got it.
nice
Like you ate
belly.
a cheeseburger a day to get that, didn't you? I'm with that, yeah. I'm with that. I couldn't eat a cheeseburger a day because I can't afford it, but you can afford that Red Robin burger every
Damn
day.
right.
Every day you got that damn Whataburger or whatever it is in Kansas City or Philadelphia or Green Bay. So I think Green Bay did it to him. See, it's not Andy's fault. It's really not.
No,
Green Bay did that shit. He was like, "Hey, I'm hungry." It's like, "Well, we have a cheese stuffed bratwurst." Oh, cool. I'll take the whole dinner. How many comes in the dinner? Six.
I'll take them all. I'll take two.
Yeah, I'll take them
Thank
all.
you.
I'm stuck in this office for the next
Yeah.
couple hours. I don't think I eat all of these. And then he does, and he's like, "Oh shit."
Oh, that was a lot.
I think a lot of them didn't even realize it's not that hard to eat all six of them anymore. Like, man, it's been a long season, man, but it ain't that hard to eat all six of those anymore. I can eat six and then have a couple cups of ice cream afterwards. Dude, it's not Andy's fault. It's
No.
Wisconsin's fault. Wisconsin did that to him. It was him
Wisconsin.
and Mike Holmgren back in the day.
Wisconsin. But
So, I got a question for you.
yeah.
So, would it be crazy if the Browns won the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, absolutely it'd be crazy if the Browns won the Super Bowl this year.
I think the whole state of Ohio would just kind of like ignite.
They would stop. Everybody would just
Yeah.
stop and be like,
They all get days off. Like, hey, the Browns won the Super Bowl.
all right. All right, everybody take the day off work today. Like,
Yeah.
oh. Everybody just has a vacation. All of a sudden everybody's happy again. Everybody's like
Hmm.
plants start opening up. Fucking
Yeah.
businesses start coming back to Ohio. We start like car development starts building again. Everybody's like, "What the fuck is happening in Ohio?" Fucking
Right.
all the shit that spilled out of the Norfolk Southern cars starts just coming out of the ground and containing
Yeah.
itself again. It's like I'm ready for pickup. It's like did this shit like is
Did
Ohio? Huh?
they open up a Ford plant in
Huh?
Ohio?
Ohio is healing itself.
Yeah, right.
All it took was Cleveland to win the Super Bowl. All of a sudden,
Yep.
Ohio is just repairing.
And
Like,
all
huh?
spreads all over the country.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the whole country's better. Like, y'all heard about the Browns winning the Super Bowl? Yeah, man.
Everybody's
You know, it's
happy
made
again.
me love women all over again.
I have respect for my wife once more. Like, I
Yeah,
took her
yeah,
out and we had another kid. That
yeah,
kid came out full grown, ready
yeah.
to start a
Ready to join the
business.
workforce. Yeah,
Like,
ready to go.
he,
That's all it took was the Browns win the Super Bowl. That's
that's
all it
it.
takes.
But that's the crazy stuff that would happen if the Browns won the Super Bowl. Now again, I believe that this is going to be a playoff season, another playoff season for them. We'll get to the playoffs. Not even wild
Could be
card.
in there making it to the playoffs.
Yeah, not wild card. I'm talking about we're going to be in a playoff game where it's just like, okay, well now we just wait until our playoff game. We'll see who wins the wild card, and then we're going to play them.
Okay.
And
So
then,
I do want to say, like, look at your division now. Look at everybody in your division. You got the Ravens, who should be better this year. Because Lamar Jackson's he's bought in, and they got Odell Beckham, and they look bad. I don't know how their defense will look. We'll see. But the Ravens have never had a bad defense. I don't
yeah,
think they're capable of having a bad defense. They're just like the Steelers, who's also in your division. I think that they'll be a lot better this year. They know exactly who their quarterback's going to be. It's going to be Kenny Pickett. They got their number one receiver, which is George Pickens, and who I love George Pickens, man. Like I think that guy is going to be a lot better than everybody thinks he is, but I
yeah,
think he's going to get like he just has this vibe about him that's going to be like super personality soon. Like he's going to start dyeing his hair pink or some shit, and it's going to be like this crazy like I don't know, man. He looks like he's going to be a character, and I can't wait to see what he does.
yeah.
And then you got their whole defense, man. You got T.J. Watt coming back off his injury, but the Watt boys know how to rehab, so
Oh
we'll
yeah,
see how
they're
that
just big
happens. And
corn-fed dudes, man. That's all.
yeah, man, the Wisconsin boys because they're
That's
all from
telling you.
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
So I think that'll be really cool, and they got some good pieces down there. Mika Fitzpatrick and stuff like that. I think they got some really good parts down there in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is my pick for y'all division. Honestly, I think Pittsburgh could do it because everybody's going to pick the Bengals.
it's not gonna happen.
I don't think it's going to be the Bengals this year. I
No, no,
love
no,
Joe
no, no.
Burrow.
It's gonna be the Browns. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be the Browns.
It's going to come down to y'all too. But let's see how the season starts. Injuries could do any kind of thing, and I think Deshaun Watson's got a huge, massive chip on his shoulder. Um, I just want to see, Miles Garrett still playing the best football he's played his whole career. You got um, all kinds of cool stuff. You got Amari Cooper down there as y'all receiver. I think y'all need another receiver. I cannot think to my life of me who y'all picked up in the draft. I can't
Yeah,
remember who Cleveland got.
I couldn't tell you
But
either.
y'all got Denzel Ward. Y'all got a lot of good guys down there, and it could turn out. Plus, you got Nick Chubb just running the
Yeah,
rock.
yeah,
The only thing I think about Nick Chubb is a great running back,
yeah,
but y'all letting Kareem Hunt go, I
yeah.
think
That's not
wasn't the
gonna be
greatest thing
great.
for
Yeah,
y'all.
I agree.
I think y'all that 1-2 punch was great, and I don't understand why they got rid of it. I don't know. Maybe they felt like they didn't need it anymore. Maybe there's another guy there now. I didn't see anybody who stood out too much, other than that goddamn backup quarterback y'all had down there in
Who?
Cleveland. TS. How you say this motherfucker's name? It's something Thompson something.
Yeah,
He got a long name.
it's
He
got
ain't
another
got just a
long name. It's
regular name.
another
He,
long name guy.
yeah, it's one of them hyphen names, so I can never
Uh,
remember what exactly it is. But they gave him a name. It's like TSN or TSA or something like that.
I'm sure
But
somebody. I'm sure somebody will put it up there.
yeah, he I didn't know anything about him, but he went out there and he played really good.
Oh yeah.
You know, I was kind of like didn't even know who he was, but he went out there and balled that Hall of Fame game, and then he did do pretty bad in this game.
Yeah,
I
but
think you got to play the guy behind him too, and the guy behind him, that good. I think it was Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs is uh
yeah.
so But then you got the Bengals. The Bengals are going to be the biggest threat to you guys, because it's Joe Burrow. I just feel like he's a good quarterback. And you know, I feel like he's been here before. That's just what I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. That's the way I feel about Joe Burrow is that he has already been here before and he's done
He's no
this.
stranger to it.
Like
Yeah.
he did this in his past life too.
Oh.
He pulls out a cigar. He was like Joe Namath's backup back in the
Yeah.
day. We just don't know it. He's like, if I got one more shot at this, I know exactly what I would do. So God was like, all right, I'll give you
All
one
right.
more.
All right. You get one more.
So now he's here. And so I think that, you got Chase, um, Jamar Chase, and I think, with T. Higgins and the receiving core that they have, I think that they always have a shot.
Yeah.
But I'm more concerned about like their offensive line because they played the Packers and the Packers was just destroying their backups. So, I don't know exactly how that'll go, you know. But we'll see. I feel that same way about my Packers. I feel like their biggest threat is going to be the Lions, not the Vikings. Everybody wants to say the Vikings, but I think it's going to be the Lions this year. Because they were pretty good last year. They didn't beat the Packers, I think twice last year. I think we got swept by the Lions,
Oh
which
shit.
is rare. Rare. We still beat the Bears. That's all I care as long as we beat the Bears.
Yeah. I think
Um,
that's everybody.
yeah, we just got to beat the Bears, and that's fine. So I don't. I think it's gonna be the Lions gonna be the biggest threat, but the Bears could be pretty good this year too. They went ahead and got DJ Moore from the Panthers, and he looks really good. His first throw as a Bear yesterday was for a like 60-yard touchdown,
Damn right.
and it wasn't like a deep ball or anything. He like threw it like on the wing, just like out there,
And
and he
then it
caught it and ran
made
past
it
everybody.
work.
Yeah, so. The Bears could be somebody. They got Mercedes Lewis, which makes me very sad. I
Yeah.
love Mercedes Lewis, but he's a Bear now. He's following that check. I guess as long as they still pay him to play football, he'll still go. So
Oh
he's
yeah.
old, man. He's old, but he's like 37 or some shit like that.
Damn.
And he's a tight end. He's not like he's like a quarterback or something or a kicker or some shit. He's a
He's
fucking
getting a little old there.
Nah, he's still big enough to throw young people around. So
Yeah.
I think he's happy with that. How old are you, young man? Did
Oh.
this dude just say young man? Yeah, I'm 37.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You're
I'm 22. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna toss you, boy.
My son is your age.
I
Like,
toss him for breakfast.
Mercedes Lewis is a big, big 30-something young man. I think he's the same age as me. And I'm 38. I think we're like the same age.
Yeah.
And he's still out there just running around with young kids. No, I can still run and throw kids around. So it's just like him and Khalidus Campbell. I don't know if you know who Khalidus Campbell is.
I don't.
He used to play for Jacksonville. Then he played for Baltimore, and I think he plays for the Rams now,
Nice.
or he plays for Washington or something like that. He should go to Washington, but yeah, he's just big for no reason. Like he's like um, Michael Clark Dunn big. He's like Bob Sapp big for no
Damn.
reason.
That's fucking big.
Yeah, and I mean like height wise. Like I don't mean like build. I mean like height wise. Like he's up there. Like hey, bro, can you you're really big person. Can you like pull this tree down for
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. I got you.
Again, yeah, he's just really big. So that's why I think he hasn't retired yet. When you're just that big that your natural presence it's like if Shaq played football.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be
Now
fucking
Shaq's
wild.
really tall. He's 7 something, so drop him down like about 4 inches,
Yeah.
make him like 7 foot, and then just send him out there with his athleticism. It's ridiculous. He'd be the scariest middle linebacker
Oh, I
ever.
fucking bet.
Yeah, it'd be Ray Lewis and Shaquille O'Neal. That's what it would be. I would never want to see that man come running at me. I could never imagine. He's a sheriff. I could never imagine Shaq just being like, "Hey, come here. I need to talk to
I'm
you.
trying to
Come
play.
here.
Come here.
Yeah, I need to talk to you. I need you to come up here outside with me. I'm not going nowhere with you, bro. I'm gonna hide in this crowd. I can still see you.
I can see you.
I'm taller than everybody
I've
else.
been following you since you went in there.
If I kick down this door, there will be no more door.
It won't be a wall.
Yeah, I can wear this door as a ski. Like you would ski with two fucking doors. You. But
But I gotta we got a lot. We talked a lot of football. Not enough. There's still a lot more to cover. I do have to
oh
get
yeah, I
going.
can't wait to see what happens this
Yeah,
season. I'm glad it's just a preseason and we're just getting going. I plan to
that's
talk a
right.
little bit more about it every week. We'll talk about the wins and stuff. I
Yeah.
just want to kind of get a lot of football stuff out today. But we'll as the season progresses, we'll start talking about the wins and all the big storylines going on and what's going to happen. Some of these games are coming on. Like I know, I'm pretty sure that the schedule makers has made it so that the Packers have to play the Jets somewhere
Yeah.
somehow. So we'll see a lot of that, and like a lot of people, like we'll see like the number one and the number two pick will play each other. Like for some reason, the Texans will play the Panthers, and we'll see that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But it'll be
Can't wait
nice.
to see all that kind of stuff.
As I was saying, it'll be nice to see. I unfortunately I gotta get going. I
Okay,
gotta go take care of some stuff for the rest of the day and get some stuff fixed up around the house.
all right. I've only had a little bit to eat today, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking about food right now.
Ooh, that'll be
So if we had
nice.
a sponsor, this is where I would insert our
Thank
sponsor.
shout out to HelloFresh making
Yep,
meals.
yep. Shout out to my refrigerator for
There you go.
keeping it cool for me.
But all right, yeah, we'll get together, try to pump another one out next week. If not, it'll be the week after, and
All
then
right,
yeah.
all right,
So I'll see you later.
all right, guys.